So I'm gonna do some chokes on him. Hopefully he makes it through the day. First off, I'm gonna start by just getting to that position of controlling the head. I've got a number of setups and ways that you can get there. Okay, first off, the easiest way to get there is when your opponent takes a shot. Okay, if we're up here and he takes a shot, I want to make sure I have one hand blocking on his chest. Okay, whether it's this side or this side. Usually I'm blocking on the side that if he's got this leg up, I'm blocking right here on his chest. My other hand comes right over top of his head. I'm just going to trap it right here. Okay, and at the same time, I'm hopping my legs back. I don't stand here. Hop my legs back right here. Okay, and I'm moving this hand from the chest, blocking him right there, to controlling on the chin. I'm not grabbing the chin, putting the palm of my hand on the chin and forcing his head up. Okay, it's real uncomfortable. So when he shoots in, I block, stop his momentum. Now I'm gonna snap him down, right underneath my chest. Okay, now I've controlled his head and I've got good control. Okay, and I can start working for my submissions from there. Let's do that one a little bit more real time here. Stopped him and sucked him right underneath me. Okay, I've got chin control right here and I'm ready to do a choke or submission. Okay, usually I'm off my knees. If I'm in here, I'm on my feet. I have a shoulder in the middle of his back that keeps him off, keeps him away from me like a spacer. I don't want my shoulder up here, he can still grab my legs. Okay, get your shoulder right between his shoulder blades in the little pocket right here. Okay, right here. Okay. Next ones that we're going to do are a lot of snap downs from when we get in tight in the clinch. Okay, I'm going to end up in an underhook maybe, in tight over and under, double underhooks. Okay, I do a really nice snap down from here. Primarily, most of them deal with, especially if your opponent's hips are in and we're up against the fence or up against the ropes, I like to have my feet 1 foot right inside of his instep. Okay, and I'm going to do what I call a little knee bump. Okay, just like that, and it's going to bend your opponent's hips over. Okay, when I bump, he bends over. If I add a little bit to that, and as I bump him, I'm going to come and snap his head down and walk backwards. Okay, I prefer to try and stay on my feet with this if I can. So when I snap him down, I'm right here, right on that chin control with both hands. From my underhook, goes right to my other hand. I'm ready to choke him. Okay, this is from an underhook. Okay, now if he's got an underhook on me, I can do the same move, same movement with my legs, step right in here. Okay, and I'm gonna bump him the same way. But instead of pulling down on the underhook, I'm gonna bump him and push down with my overhook. Okay, so I'm gonna bump, push down, come right over top of his head, stretch him out. Okay, a little different angle on that one. He's got an overhook, or I've got an overhook. Okay, I'm gonna step right inside his instep, bump him. At the same time, I'm gonna bang him with this and come up to his head. Okay. And you always want to control the head right in the middle, right underneath your stomach. It's real important to keep it right in the pocket, elbows in tight, right in here. I can have my hips in. He can hold on to my legs all he wants. If I got his head right in the middle, he's not going to go anywhere. Okay, I get in trouble if he gets his head out to the side. Okay, so it's important to control his head and keep it in here. Okay, and I can keep him stretched out a little bit. If I can get his hands on the mat, then I can get a choke. Okay. One more time. Hold on to this a little bit. Works real well, especially if your opponent is kind of pushing in on you. Okay? I'm just going to wait for him to step up, knee bump him, make him get his hands on the mat. That's going to work for a choke. Okay. Another one from double underhooks. Okay, I've got 2 underhooks. We call this double underhooks. I lock my hands, okay, or just hold in tight. I want them tight to my chest, okay, and I want to have a good base, okay, right in here. If I get a good base, I don't want to be pushing on them the whole time. I just want to be pulling back a little bit, and from here I'm going to elevate him just a little bit, and that'll get him to react and kind of drop his weight, okay. And as I do that, I'm going to let go of my lock and snap his head down. Right here. I let go of one underhook. From here, I'm going to let go of one underhook and come to his head. The other underhook is pulling down on him. All right. You got this. Elevate. Drop him down. And again, this is a move that you need to work on quite a bit to get a timing for. You need to do it in live situations so you can get an actual feel for how he's going to react. Okay, and it's right to a choke. Next one I'm going to do is snapping the opponent down from a collar tie-up to get to that head control position. Okay, collar tie-up, I'll show you what that one is. Collar tie-up is your forearm going on top of his collarbone, hand around the head. This is a collar tie-up right in here, okay? Double collar tie-up, just a regular collar tie-up, okay? From in here, a lot of times guys are pushing back and forth, okay? So if your opponent's pushing on you, that's a great time to snap him down. I'm gonna take my hand up to the top of his head and snap him down. And it's not just a little grab and pull type of motion. I'm almost smacking the top of his head to pull it down. Okay. And again, you pull it down right to your stomach. Right, you want the back of his head right below your belly button. Okay. Right in here. Elbows in tight, good wide base. I don't want to have my knees in too close. Good wide base. All right, one more time, a little bit quicker. Right in here. My feet go back, just like the rest of the snap downs. As he comes down, if I leave my feet here, he's gonna grab my legs. So I gotta hop back. I want him to carry my weight too. If I get his head down, now I'm just riding on top of him, he's carrying my weight. He doesn't want to go down there, he's gonna be trying to come up. You want to have him carry as much of your weight as you can. This next one that we're going to do is getting to more head control from the ground. When your opponent's on his back, you're in side position. Your opponent circles up and takes his knees. You're going to circle around towards his head and control the head. Okay. Get down, Nathan.
You're pushing it, Danny.
You want that?
Yeah.
Okay, in this side position, opponent maybe pummels in, gets out, starts coming up to his knees. I don't want to sit on the side, I want to take his head, come right out to the front, okay? And I'll let him come up to his knees or whatever. And I want to just control this head position. Keep it in my stomach. Okay, one more time. However, you're in here, your opponent bucks you off. Circle towards his head. One hand is always going towards that chin, stretching him out. Okay, whether I'm with or without an arm. Okay, it doesn't matter. I want to control the head and the chin. A little bit faster this time. Go ahead, Nathan. Okay, you always want to control the head. The best way to do that is keep it right in your stomach, elbows in. Hit it! Now's your chance to go one-on-one with me, Dän Henderson. Just watch my technique series and catch the clue. right now we're gonna get into the fun stuff. I'm gonna show the actual chokes, finishes that I do from this established head position, head control. Okay, I've got a number of nice chokes to do. Okay, the first one, okay, once we got the opponent down here, first one that I like to do, okay, especially if I've already got just both my hands in here without an arm, okay, good control on his chin, elbows are in tight, I've got a good wide base here, okay. The key is I want to get the opponent's hands on the mat. If his hands aren't on the mat, usually he's fighting my hands. Okay, so I'm going to hop back a little bit, get him to put his hands on the mat. Right when he does that, if I got his head in the right position, I'm going to pull in tight, suck it in, and then I want to take my hips down and in. Okay? It's real important to keep everything in tight and don't just choke with your arms. Get it nice and tight, choke, put your hips in, and then up. And I don't want to be way out here with my chest. My stomach needs to be right over top of the back of his neck the whole time. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my hips to finish this choke. Okay, that's a real good one. Okay, again, getting him down. If he starts to fight my hands, make him hop. Okay, make him put his hands down by hopping backwards a little bit. As soon as he posts his hands, step up and finish it right away. Okay, one more time. Okay, off the shot even. Stop him, snap him, choke him. Okay. Next one is the same exact choke, except for if for some reason I got an arm in here. In wrestling, we call that a front headlock. We're not allowed to go without an arm. We have to have an arm in there. So this is pretty much how I started these moves. We learned to get them real tight in wrestling, even though it wasn't exactly legal. Okay, so from the same established position, my one hand is over the head is still on his chin. Okay, now I'm going to do the same exact move right here. The key thing is when I lock my hands, I'm locking like this. On most all these chokes, I'm like this. I want my thumb and the sharp part of my arm on his throat. Okay, so it works real well. If I'm holding on to his chin, my palm's on his chin, my thumb is right by his throat. I just reach in and grab the pinky part of my hand. Okay, right in here. Okay, hips in. The choke will finish the same way. Come over here. Choke will finish the same way, right in here. Just get it in tight, use your hips. Okay, most important thing where guys mess up is they let the head slip out. Okay, now we're into a different kind of choke from there. And this one's a little harder to finish. You're giving your opponent a chance to take you down. Okay, so when you can, keep his head in the middle. Elbows in tight, finish it right here. Okay, next I'm going to show a nice move that I do that I've never seen anyone else do. It's a choke that involves with the arm, okay, from on the side. Okay, it's almost like a triangle position, but from this arm. Okay, so first you get his head down, and then I'm going to reach across. Okay, if he's standing, I'm going to reach across and grab his tricep, right, nice and high by his armpit. Okay, I don't want to be too far down low on his arm. Right, nice and high by his tricep, by his armpit. Then I'm going to reach in and grab my own wrist. Okay, when I do that, I keep my hand on his tricep. I don't let go and lock my hands. Okay, it's important that you keep this. Okay, now from here, I'm going to pull him across and put him, everything, his tricep, his arm, his head, all into my armpit. Okay, and as I do that, I'm going to change levels, and I'm going to put his tricep on my stomach or on my chest. Okay, and the object here is to change levels, and I want his arm as high on my body as I can. Okay, my knees are bent, my hips are in. Okay, from here, all I'm gonna do is stand up a little bit. Okay, I wanna get him up on his tippy toes. And this one gets really tight. Okay, again, from here, reach in deep. It's important when you reach in deep not to just reach, okay? You'll let the guy out. You wanna control tight, hold him with both arms on his arm. Right here, and grab. And don't sit here too long. As soon as I get this, I wanna pull it up, change levels, putting the back of his arm, his tricep on my stomach. Hips are in. Now I'm just gonna stand up with him, squeeze my arms just a little bit. Okay. Turns his head a different color. Okay, one more time. Reach in deep, pull it across, and up. I get this one all the time in training. Okay, I don't know if I've tried it in an actual fight yet or not. Okay, same move, but when your opponent's on the knees. It's a little bit different. Okay, let's turn this way a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit different, because I can't just pull him across if his hands are posted on the mat. So I reach across the same way, get the same lock, but instead of pulling him across, I'm gonna hop my legs and land my knees on the side of him. Okay, I wanna make sure this leg is behind his arm. Okay, right here. As soon as I land, I'm here for a split second, and I lift up one leg. Okay, now I'm gonna stand up the other leg. Okay, now I'm gonna lift him up a little bit and squat underneath him. Now I'm in the same position. Finish. Okay, one more time with that. Let's jump a little more this time. Okay, one more time, a little bit faster this time. Hop over, step up right away, both legs. I gotta shift him a little bit. He's kind of low on my stomach. I'm gonna just slide down a little bit and extend up and squeeze. How'd that one feel?
Uncomfortable.
Okay, and it gets real tight. Okay, it's real easy to put a guy to sleep right there. Okay, next we're gonna go over what I call a head snatch to a neck crank or to a takedown. Usually I do it from in tight in the clinch, okay, with a little wrist control, reaching up and grabbing the head, or if the opponent's a little bit bent over, okay, especially if his head's right by your shoulder. You just turn, reach up, and I'm gonna go elbow deep, right on his chin, and grab his head. Not at the neck, but up at the head, okay? My other hand, right on the other side of the head, right by his ear, okay, right here. I don't want to pull it straight in tight to me. I want to push it out and circle it around right to my stomach. Okay? And then I'm going to cover his head right away. My stomach is going to be right by his ear. So when I reach up and snatch it, pull it down, cover. My other hand comes over his arm, grabs his bicep. Sometimes I'll push on the back to keep him from turning. It adds to the pressure. But all I'm going to do is take his chin and take it towards the ceiling. Crank it up.
I'm tight.
We'll straighten him out a little. Go the other way. Okay, reach up and grab it. Right here. Now, to finish, I'm going to keep my hips in tight. And I'm going to turn him a little bit. My hips are going to come in right here. And it doesn't take a whole lot, and you guys should be real careful with that. Because it definitely cranks the neck. So again, getting into it, I can be in tight in the clinch. His head's right next to mine. I know where it's at. Reach up, elbow deep, one hand on each side. Circle it right down to here, and immediately start cranking. Okay. Now also, some guys are a little bit more limber of a neck, or some guys turn and fall down real quick, so you don't get them caught up there in the neck crank. But same position, Now I'm just going to take it, if he falls down, I'm going to take it right down into the side position. Okay, my shoulder is going to be right in his chest. That's going to pin him down. I keep a hold of his head, okay, until I get him pinned here. My knee is going to come up inside of his arm. Then I'm going to let go of his head, circle right into my underhook. Okay? And a lot of times I'm going to keep this arm right between my legs. So again, a little bit faster. I'm going to reach up and get it. The guy's going to go down. I'm still holding on to his arm. Take my knee right there into his armpit. Let go of his head. I should end up right here. Nice position. Give the guy a massage. Okay, one more time. Okay. Reach up. Turn it. Right here. Okay, this next one I'm going to do. A lot of times I'll snap the guy down or stop him from his shot, and I'm in the front headlock position with the head and the arm. And he's down on his knees. A lot of times the guy will sit to guard, try and roll to guard from there to get out, or stand up. But some guys get down on their knees and they kind of sit back a little bit and wait for you. They might be fighting hands, okay? But from here, all I'm gonna do is stand up a little bit, pull him to the side, and I'm gonna take a big step next to him here, and I'm gonna almost do a sweep. Okay, right here, step up, I'm gonna pull him up outside. His head's outside of my body, okay? And I'm gonna take a big step right into the mount. Okay, sometimes you can keep his head and do a nice choke from there, which I'll do now. Get right here. Cool. There, pull it. Right in here. I got my hooks in. I still got a nice choke. All I do is extend my hips. Okay, if I'm not going to get the choke, I'll release his head and work from the mount. Okay, one more time. A little bit more real time here. Let's do a little bit of me. Right here. Hopefully I can stay right here. Choke. If I can't, his head might pop out. Come up and strike.